This story isn't about nostalgia, fame, or internet shock. It's about how quickly a public narrative can change when new legal information becomes public. A recently released booking photo has brought renewed attention to a former Disney Channel actor, not because of speculation, but because of serious charges now moving through the legal system. What matters here isn't appearance, rumor, or online reaction. It's the documented sequence of events that led to this moment, and why authorities say this case didn't start recently at all. According to publicly available records, Matt Prokop was taken into custody on Christmas Eve in Texas. Law enforcement officials later confirmed that multiple charges were filed, including alleged possession of illegal digital material involving minors, a category of offense that is handled with strict procedures and zero tolerance under US law. It's important to be precise here. At this stage, these are allegations, not conclusions, and the legal process is ongoing. However, what brought renewed attention this week was the release of an official booking photograph by the Victoria County Sheriff's Office, a standard administrative step that often signals a shift from private proceedings into public accountability. What makes this situation more complex is that, according to authorities, this arrest did not occur in isolation. Court documents indicate that Prokop was already under bond conditions related to earlier charges filed in 2024. Officials allege those conditions were violated, which led to his arrest and additional charges, including resisting law enforcement during the process, a claim that has not yet been adjudicated. But the timeline doesn't stop there. Public records also show a longer legal history that predates these recent events. Several years ago, Prokop was the subject of a restraining order filed by actress Sarah Hyland, his former partner. The court granted the order, requiring him to stay away for a period of 3 years, a decision typically issued only after a judge determines there is sufficient cause. Again, none of this establishes guilt in the current case. But taken together, these documented events show a pattern of ongoing legal scrutiny rather than a sudden or isolated incident. And that's where many headlines fall short. This isn't about a single photograph or one arrest. It's about how legal systems track behavior over time, how prior court decisions can shape future outcomes, and how public figures are still subject to the same processes as anyone else. Sometimes more visibly, but not differently. As of now, Prokop remains part of an active legal process. The charges he faces are serious, the consequences potentially significant, and the outcome unresolved. Cases like this raise broader questions, not just about celebrity, but about accountability, due process, and how much of a story actually happens long before the public ever hears about it. In the next video, we'll look at how bond conditions work, why violations often trigger immediate action, and how prior court orders can influence what happens next, all using publicly available information and legal context. If you want to understand the system behind moments like this, not just the headlines, that's where we'll continue.